Alright, so it's fucking cold. Alright, so let's talk about dimensions for a second, guys, in video games, okay? What I know about video games. Okay, so the evolution of video games. Let's think of a scrolling video game where you can go from the left hand of the screen to the right hand of the screen, where the right hand of the screen is infinite and you cannot go backwards, so there's nothing behind you as you progress further and further to the right of the screen, okay? Now, in that existence, okay, what do you see? You got a static or changing two-dimensional plane with a one-dimensional line of freedom going to, the right of the screen, which would be in front of your character. Then the video game evolves, guys, okay? You still have your scroller, but now you can go up and down and left and right and backwards finitely, but every time you progress further to the right, the scenery changes, or based on whatever set program, and that's your reality. Okay? So you have freedom in an X and Y axis. Okay? That is still a two-dimensional game, guys. You're playing it on TV. Okay? That's a 2D depiction, where the reality for the characters is evolving. Their consciousness, let's say, is now evolving. Okay? So fast forward, side scrollers and whatnot, let's go to epic 3D worlds. Okay? We're getting to the class of video game we'd call a third-person shooter, okay? Now, in that environment, you have representation of your arms, let's say, holding something, which is static, okay? Like, your arms move, they're infinite, guys, okay? But, it's static on the frame of the two-dimensional TV screen which you're watching. However, the environment changes rapidly, in any direction, X, Y, and Z. In the universe of said video game. Okay? And then there's other video games, where you look from above, like Diablo, guys, where you control the character from above as said character's higher self. And you dictate the actions of said character and what they do. Okay? So, what is reality, guys, right now? Right fucking now, okay? I am walking around, I'm looking at shit, okay? And it looks an awful lot like a third-person shooter to me, okay? I know I live in reality, which is 3 dimensions, but from what perspective, guys? Relative to who? Okay? We're living a third-person shooter. Now, third-person shooters, I believe, came after games like Diablo, where you control the character from their higher self, which is backwards, guys, because the first-person shooter should have been created first, and then advanced infinitely to the Diablo style of video game play. We have to start thinking like that, guys. Your higher self, you gotta align the chakras, the invisible one-dimensional line between the crown chakra of said video game character and its controller. Okay? I'm not saying you're being controlled by anything or anyone but yourself, guys. But I'm just saying you have free will to choose to do whatever you want to do with said free will at any given time in any moment. Okay? And there is no good and bad side, guys. It's just whatever happens is going to happen. Okay? Now we're all putting this... Now imagine all these video game characters are all put in this big pot. Collective, let's say. To see what's going to happen. And this is it, guys. This is the simulation. Okay? We got to wake up and come to the realization that... What's that saying? Not going with the flow here. Anyways, we gotta start just going with the flow, guys. Rolling with it, making mistakes, fucking up, but correcting them, and just living by divine law, being good towards each other. I think there's ample amount of information out there. How many millions and billions of people have read the Bible and studied it for billions and billions of hours? And it all basically says one thing, guys. The first book is all about the rules, okay? And the second book's all about an example of a person experiencing life via set of rules. Okay? Jesus. It's an example, guys. example of how one could live their life. But it's basically from the perspective of the higher self. Okay? As the higher self, you are knowledgeable in the fact that you are part of a collective. Which is why I understand that I am at one with self. And why I understand that we are one. As one giant, uniform, universal consciousness or higher self, at whatever level of dimension, guys. It's infinite. Let's not get into the P's and Q's and the details here. Let's just think in general senses. There's infinite numbers of ascension upwards as well as downwards, because that's the duality of duality. In terms of positive and negative, masculine and feminine, opposites, okay guys? As 1 of 7 of 13 of 110. Okay? It all goes back to Fibonacci. It all goes back to the story of creation. It all goes back to creation of numbers, guys. Dimensions of unity. Connecting the dots, guys, is pretty fucking important, I'd say. Anyways, I'm still wowed about Good Morning Vietnam, guys. Good morning, comma, Vietnam. Wow, I didn't see that coming, guys. Like, just to be real with you guys, my universe is rather small, but I have this window that pokes into the outside world, which I tend to use every once in a while for my entertainment, to see what's going to happen, guys. It fills me with great joy sometimes. Anyways, that's just my thoughts, guys. We're all playing our part, okay? And we're all going to come to this conclusion, this revelation. We're all going to understand this, and then understand that there are other universes or collectives, because there are infinite possibilities, guys. So that's what this is about. Everything fixing and governments and politicians and everything, it's all about finally coming to this realization. But people are not going to understand how, as this avatar, to complete the goals of fixing life. Okay? They're going to freak the fuck out. Okay? Understandable, guys. And that's why we're here. Who are we? That's everyone, guys. Ask. Go talk to someone. You know, go to the bar and put your phone away because there's somebody there. You know, that somebody could be anybody. You know, see what life is for said person through their eyes. And learn a little bit more about the collective, guys. And the state of affairs. And who needs what. And who's good at doing what. And what needs fixing. And what's the priorities. And let's get shit done. You can't do it alone, guys. One thing you have control over is, I guess, your flesh, you know? So, you know, treat that well. But, like, you know, think a little bit outside the box, guys. Think a little bit within the cell, okay? Good morning, Vietnam. Anyways, interesting. Cheers.